Welcome to another top list of fan theories. We appreciate your watching. We have some pretty interesting theories today. Stick around and you will like it. Let's get into the list. Starting off, we have number 5, Captain America will die. The Soul Stone demands a sacrificial victim, and it's going to be Captain America, with Steve choosing death so that someone else, probably Tony, can wield the Infinity Gauntlet and save half the world. Likelihood, very likely. Chris Evans has already pretty much confirmed that he's done with the MCU, celebrating his last day on set with a permanent-sounding farewell tweet. His contract is up after Avengers 4, and it doesn't sound like he's signed on for any more movies yet, so everything seems to be pointing at his permanent exit in the next film. Having Captain America bow out with a humanity-saving act of self-sacrifice is pretty much the only way Marvel can kill him off, so this one seems to be on the cards. Whether or not it's Tony that he does it for, though, is not so certain. Number 4, Goose the cat will save everybody. As we now know, Captain Marvel and Nick Fury's cute feline pal is not a cat at all, but a flurkin. In the comics, flurkins are also transportation hubs, living gateways to pocket dimensions that they hold in their cheeks. You can go to other times, places, or even dimensions via flurkins. One popular fan theory is that everyone who died when Thanos snapped his finger actually went to another dimension. All the remaining Avengers need to do is retrieve them. And what better way than with a flurkin? Likelihood, well, the pocket dimension ability is alluded to in Captain Marvel. It explains how Goose managed to swallow and contain the power of the Tesseract, aka the Space Stone, before spitting it out on Fury's desk. But this particular theory does seem quite far-fetched for the film. We'd certainly like to see more of the scene stealing Goose, but bringing her back as the ultimate savior of the MCU is a bit of a stretch. Number 3, Gamora is going to save everybody. Since Gamora was thrown into a bottomless void instead of being turned into dust like everyone else, it looked like she was more dead than the others. Actually though, she's less dead, and she's going to play a pivotal role inside the Soul Stone. We've already had a peek at her inside the Stone's plane of reality, the orange world where Thanos met a young Gamora, and her past relationship with Thanos is going to be the key to escaping it. She'll be the one wielding the gauntlet, she'll be the one taking down Thanos, and she'll be the one saving everyone else. Likelihood, very likely. Gamora's story is the one that most closely relates to Thanos, so it makes sense that she's going to be the one to sort him out. Her sister wields the gauntlet in the comics, but Gamora's ties to Thanos make her much more likely to be the one doing it in the MCU. How does she escape the Soul Stone? Number 2, Thanos forgets about his gauntlet and Nebula steals it. Thanos defeats the remaining superheroes, woos death, beats eternity itself, and becomes an omnipotent part of the fabric of the space-time continuum. Unfortunately for him, he forgets that his mortal husk is still wearing the Infinity Gauntlet back on Earth, and Nebula comes along and takes it, using it to become more powerful than he is. Likelihood, unlikely. Right as it sounds, this is exactly how it goes down in the comics. While Nebula will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in the film, she's one of only 2 surviving Guardians. This setup would likely require a lot more than one film to cover and resolve. Also, Thanos' motivation in the MCU is already very different from the comics. As we already saw at the end of Infinity War, he seems more content with sitting back and watching the sunset than he does with going on another purge. Number 1, the Mind Stone is the real baddie. Thanos isn't bad, he's just under the spell of the Mind Stone, just as Loki was in the first Avengers, and just as Ultron was in Age of Ultron. My theory is that the Mind Stone is alive, can see the future, and saw its own destruction, and set Thanos on the whole quest for the gauntlet, and killing off half the universe was just to reverse time and save it from destruction. or it just hates life, says some theories. Likelihood, This one has a lot of support online, but it also has a lot of detractors. It seems like it makes a lot of sense, but it also seems unbelievably complicated, offering up a twist that most audiences will likely laugh off. Are we really supposed to believe that the events of all the previous films have been the doing of a sentient gemstone? And that Thanos was just misunderstood before he pried the Mind Stone off of the Vision? Maybe. Thanks for watching everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.